'Twas in the temple where I first beheld her, and now again the same.
What omen yet follows of that? None but imaginary. Why should my hopes or fate be timorous? The place is holy, so is my intent. I love her beauties to the holy purpose, and that methinks admits comparison with mankind's first creation.
The place blessed, and is his right back home should he achieve it. The church hath begun our interview, and that's the place must join us into one.
So there's beginning and perfection.
Oh, sir, are you here? Come, the wind's fair with you. You're like to have a swift and pleasant passage.
Sure you're deceived, friend. 'Tis contrary in my best judgment.
What for Malta? If you could buy a gale amongst the witches, they cannot serve you such a lucky penny as comes in God's name.
Even now, I witness the temple's vein to turn full in my face. I know 'tis against me.
Against you? Then, sir, you know not where you are.
Not well, indeed.
Are you not well, sir?
Yes, Gasparino. Unless there be some hidden alley within me, I understand not.
And that I began to doubt, sir. I never knew your inclinations to travel at a pause with any cause to hinder it till now. At sea I have seen you weigh the anchor with them, hoist sails for fear to lose the foremost breath, in continual prayers for fair winds. And have you changed your orisons?
No, friend. I keep the same church, same devotion.
Lover, I'm sure you are none. The Stoic was found in you long ago. Your mother, nor best friends who set snares of beauty, I, and choice ones too, could never trap your heart that way. What might be the cause?
Lord, how violent thou art. I was but meditating on something I heard within the temple.
Is this violence? 'Tis but idleness compared with your haste yesterday.
I'm all this while a-going, man.
Oh, backwards, I think, sir. The seamen call. Shall we board your trunks?
No, not today. I do not know the end, which needs I must do of an affair in hand. There I can go to sea.
Oh.
How now? The pebble cuts the diamond, sure salute a woman. Oh, he kisses still wonderful, and does it perfectly. Where learned he this? In my conscience, he ne'er done it before.
Oh, you are a scholar, sir.
Very one, lady.
Which of the sciences is this love you speak of?
From your tongue, I take it to be music.
Then you are skillful in it, can sing at first sight.
Ah, but I've showed you all my skill at once. I want more words to express me further. It must be forced to repetition. I love you dearly.
Be better advised, sir. Our eyes are sentinels unto our judgments, and should give certain judgment what they see. But they are rash sometimes, and tell us wonders of common things, which, when our judgments find, they can then check the eyes and call them blind.
Ah, but I am further, lady. Yesterday was my night's employment, and hither now they bring my judgment, where both agreed. Both houses then consenting, 'tis agreed. Only there wants confirmation by the hand royal. That's your part, lady.
Oh, there is one above me, sir. For 5 days past to be recalled. Sure, mine eyes were mistaken. This was the man who was meant me. That he should come so near his time and miss it.
We should have come by the carriers from Valencia, I see, and saved all our sea provision. Methinks I should do something too. I was meant to be a venturer on this voyage. Yonder's another vessel. I'll board her. If she be a lawful prize, down goes her topsail.
Lady, your father is in health, I hope. Your eyes shall instantly instruct you he's coming hitherward. When you then your duties preface. I had rather he had come unexpected. You must all good presents with unnecessary blabbing, and how welcome for your part you are, I'm sure you know. Wilt never mend is scorn. One side nor other must I be enjoined to follow still while she flies from me. Well, fates, do your worst. I'll please myself with sight of her at all opportunities. but to spite her anger. I know she'd rather see me dead than living, and yet she knows no cause for it but a peevish will.
You seem displeased, lady.
Your pardon, sir, 'tis mine infirmity. Nor can I other reason render you than his or hers of some particular thing they must cast aside as a deadly poison, which to 1,000 other tastes were wholesome. Such to mine eye is that same fellow there, the same that report speaks of the basilisk.
This is a frequent frailty in our nature. There's scarce a man amongst 1,000 found but half his imperfection. One distastes the scent of roses, which to infinites most pleasing is and odoriferous. One oil, the enemy of poison. Another wine, cheer of the heart and lively refresher of the countenance.
And what may be your poison, sir? I am bold with you.
What might be your desire, perhaps? The cherry.
I am no enemy to any creature, my memory was but young gentleman.
He does ill to tempt your sight if he knew it.
He cannot be ignorant of that, sir, for I have not spared to tell him so. And I want to help myself, since he's a gentleman in good respect with my father and follows him.
He's out of his place then now.
I'm a mad wagwinch.
Oh, so he thinks. But for your comfort, I can tell you we have a doctor in the city undertakes the cure of such.
Tush! I know what physic is best for the state of mine own body.
It is a scarce, well-governed state, methinks.
I can show you such a thing with an ingredient that we two could compound together, and if it did not tame the maddest blood in the town for 2 hours after, I'll never profess physic again.
A little poppy, sir. We're good to give you sleep.
Poppy?
I'll give the apocalypse first and begin there.
I'll discover no more now. Another time, I'll show you all.
Oh,
Joanna! I came to meet thee. Your devotions ended.
my father, sir. For this time, sir, I shall change my saint. I fear me. I feel a pity turning inside of me. Sir, this while I am beholding to this gentleman who left his way, keep me company, and in discourse I find much desirous to see your castle. He hath deserved it, sir, if ye please to grant it.
With all my heart, sir, Alcinero, sir. Not the son of John Alcinero. The same. My best love bids you welcome.
He was wont to call me so, and then he speaks a most unfeigned truth.
Oh, sir, I knew your father. We two were acquainted long ago. A good soldier went with him.
You went together in that.
No, by St. Jake's, I came behind him. Yet I had done somewhat too. An unhappy day swallowed him at last at Gibraltar in fight with those rebellious Hollanders. Was it not so?
Whose death I had revenged, or followed him in fate, had the late league not prevented me.
Aye, 'twas time to breathe. Oh, Joanna, I should have told thee news. I saw Piracqua lately.
That's no news.
He's hot, preparing for this day of triumph. Thou must be a bride within this 7 night.
Oh, sir, be not so violent. With speed I cannot render satisfaction unto the dear companion of my soul. Virginity, whom I thus long have lived with. To part with it so rude and suddenly, can such friends divide, never to meet again, without a solemn farewell?
Tush, tush, there's a toy.
I must now part, and never meet again with any joy on earth. Your pardon, sir, my affairs call on me.
Ah, sir, by no means, not change so soon, I hope. You must see my castle, and your best entertainments every part. I shall think myself unkindly used else. Come, my son. I had good hope your stay had been a while with us in Alacat. I might have bid you to my daughter's wedding.
He means to feast me and poisons me beforehand. I should be dearly glad to be there, sir. Did my occasion soon as I could wish.
I shall be sorry if you be not there when it is done, but not so suddenly.
I tell you, sir, the gentleman's complete, a courtier and a gallant, enriched with many fair and noble ornaments. I would not trade him for a son-in-law, for any he in Spain, the proudest he, and we have great ones that you know.
He is much bound to you, sir.
He shall be bound to me, sir, as fast as this tie can hold him. I'll want my will as.
I won't mind if you do it.
But come, by the way, I'll tell you more of him.
How shall I dare to venture in his castle when he discharges murderers at the gate? But I must on, for back I cannot go.
Not this serpent gone yet.
Oh, look, girl, thy gloves fall. Stay, stay. Dolores!
Lady? Does a favor come with a mischief? I know she'd rather wear my pelt tanned in a pair of dancing pumps than I should thrust my finger in her sockets here. I know she hates me, yet cannot choose but love her. No matter, if but to vex her, I'll haunt her still. Though I get nothing else, I'll have my will.
But thou must keep it.
I was ever close to a secret, sir.
The diligence that I have found in thee, the care and industry already past, assure me of thy good continuance.
Lallio, I have a wife. Fie, sir, 'tis too late to keep her secret. She's known to be married all the town and country over. Thou goest too fast, my Lallio. That knowledge I allow no man can be barred.
There is a knowledge which is nearer, deeper, and sweeter, Lallio.
Well, sir, let us handle that between you and I.
'Tis that I go about, man. Lallio, my wife is young.
So much the worse to be kept secret, sir.
Now thou needst the substance of the point. I am old, Lallio.
No, sir, 'tis I am old Lallio.
I would wear my ring on my own finger. Whilst it is bowed, it is none of mine, but his that useth it.
You must keep it on still, then, if it but lie by, one or other will be thrusting into it.
Thou conceivest me, Lallio. Here thy watchful eye must have employment. I cannot always be at home.
I dare say you cannot.
I must look out.
I know you must look out, 'tis every man's case.
Here do I say must thy employment be, to watch her treadings, and in my absence, supply my place.
I'll do my best, sir. Yet surely I cannot see who you should have cause to be jealous of.
Thy reason for that, Lallio, it is a comfortable question.
We have but two sorts of people in the house, and both under the whip. That's fools and madmen. The one have not wit enough to be knaves, the other not knavery enough to be fools.
But here's the air that mixes with my thrift. The daily visitants that come to see my brain-sick patients, I would not have to see my wife. Gallants I do observe, of quick, enticing eyes, rich in habits, of stature and proportion very comely. These are most shrewd temptations, Lallio.
They may be easily answered, sir. Come they to see our fools and madmen, you and I may serve the turn, and leave my mistress alone. She's of neither sort.
'Tis a good ward indeed. Come they to see our madmen or our fools. Let them see no more than what they came for. By that consequent, they must not see her. I'm sure she's no fool.
And I'm sure she's no madman.
Hold that buckler fast, Lallio. My trust is on thee, and I account it firm and strong.
Oh, sir, I am ready now for that fair service which makes the name of friend sit glorious on you. Good angels, and this conduct be your guide. Fitness of time and place is there set down, sir.
The joy I shall return rewards my service.
How wise is Elsamero and his friend! It is a sign he makes his choice with judgment. Then I appear nothing more approved in making choice of him. For 'tis a principle. He that can choose that bosom well, who of his thoughts partakes, proves most discreet in every choice he makes. Methinks I love now with the eyes of judgment, and see the way to merit. Clearly see it. The true deserver, like a diamond, sparkles. In darkness you may see him. That's an absence, which is the greatest darkness falls on love. Yet is he best discerned then with intellectual eyesight. What's this farrago my father spends his breath for? And his blessing is only mine as I regard his name. Else it goes for me, turns head against me, transforms into a curse. Some speedy way must be remembered. He's so urgent, too. So forward in his way, he scarce allows me breath to speak to my new comforts. Yonder she... Whatever ails me. Now late especially, I can as well be hanged as refrain seeing her. some 20 times a day. Nay, not so little do I force errands, frame ways and excuses to come into her sight. A small reason for it, and less encouragement, for she baits me still. Every time worse than other. Does profess herself the cruelest enemy to my face in town. And no hand can abide the sight of me, as if danger or ill luck hung in my looks. I must confess, my face is bad enough. But I know far worse has better fortune, and not endured alone, but doted on. And yet such pick-haired faces, chins like witches, here and there 5 hairs whispering in a corner, as if they grew in fear one of another. Wrinkles like troughs, where swine deformity swills the tears of perjury that lie there like wash fallen from the slimy and dishonest eye. Yet such a one plucks sweets without restraint, and has the grace of beauty to his sweet. Though my hard fate has thrust me out to servitude, I tumbled into the world a gentleman. She turns her blessed eye upon me now, and I'll endure all storms before I part with. Again, this ominous ill-faced fellow more disturbs me now than all my other passions.
Now it begins again. I'll stand this storm of hail, though the stones pelt me.
Thy service, what's thy service? Soft and fair, I cannot part so soon now. The villain's fixed. Thou standing cold, the shower falls amain now. Who sent thee? What's thy errand? Leave my sight! My lord your father charged me to deliver a message to you. What another sent? Do not be hanged then, let me be rid of thee. True service merits mercy. What's thy message?
Let beauty settle, but in patience.
You shall hear all. A dallying trifling torment. Signor Alonso de Caraco, sole brother to Tommaso de Caraco. Slave, when will thou make an end? Too soon I shall. What all this while of him?
The said Alonso with the foresaid Tommaso,
Yet again,
is new alighted.
Vengeance strikes anew, something most low. What cause was there in this to bring me to my sight? My lord your father charged me to seek you out. Was there no other to send his message by? Seems 'tis my luck to be in the way still. Get thee from me. So.
Why, am not I an ass to devise ways thus to be railed at? I must see her still.
What this may bode, I know not. I'll despair the less because there's daily precedence of bad faces beloved beyond all reason.
These foul chops may come into favor one day amongst his fellows. Wrangling has proved mistress of good pastime. As children cry themselves asleep, I've seen women have chid themselves of bed to men.
I never see this fellow, but I think of some harm towards me. Danger's in my mind still. I scarce leave trembling an hour after. The next good mood I find my father in, I will get him quite discarded. Oh, I was lost in this small disturbance and forgot afflictions fiercer torn than now bears down on all my comforts.
You're both welcome, but an especial one belongs to you, sir, to whose most noble name our love presents the addition of a son. Our son, Alonso.
The treasury of honor could not bring forth a title I should more rejoice in, sir.
Having proved it well. Daughter, prepare! The day will steal upon you suddenly.
Alonso.
Brother.
In truth, I see small welcome in her eye.
Fie, you are too severe a censurer of love in all points. There's no bringing on you. If lovers should mark everything a fault, affection would be like an ill-set book, whose faults might prove as big as half the volume.
That's all I do entreat.
It is but reasonable. I'll see what my son says to it. And son Alonso, here's a motion made but for reprieve of Maidenhead 3 days long. The request is not so far out of reason, for indeed the former time is pinching.
Though my joys be set back so much time as I wish they had been forward, since she desires it, The time is set as pleasing as before. I find no gladness wanting.
May I ever meet it in that point still. You nobly welcome, sirs.
So, do you mark the dullness of her parting now?
What dullness? Thou art so exceptious still.
Why let it go then? I'm but a fool to mark your harm so heedfully.
Where's the oversight?
Come, her face cozened in her, strongly cozened. Unsettle your affection with all speed wisdom can bring it to. Your peace is ruined else. Think what a torment 'tis to marry one whose heart is leapt into another's bosom. If ever pleasure she received from thee, it comes not in thy name, nor of thy gift. She lies but with another in thine arms. He that hath fathered to all thy children in the conception. Oh, if he gather not, she helps him form in his passions. How dangerous and shameful her restraint may go in time to, it is not to be thought on without sufferings.
You speak as if she loved some other then.
Do you apprehend so slowly?
Nay, and that be your fear only, I am safe enough. Preserve your friendship and your counsel, brother, for times of more distress. Oh, I should depart an enemy, a dangerous, deadly one to any but thyself, who should but think she knew the meaning of the word inconstancy, let alone the use and practice. But we're friends.
Brother.
Pray let no more be urged. I can endure much until I mean an injury to her, and then I am not myself. Farewell, sweet brother. How much we're bound to heaven to depart lovingly.
Ooh. Oh, here's love's tame madness. Thus a man quickly steals into his vexation.
What hour is it, Bobby?
Towards belly hour, sir.
Dinner time. Thou meanst 12 o'clock.
Yes, sir, for every bard has his hour. We rise at 6 and look about us. That's eye hour. At 7, we should pray. That's knee hour. At 8, walk. That's leg hour. At 9, gather flowers and pluck a rose. That's nose hour. At 10, drink. That's mouth hour. At 11, lay about us for victuals. That's hand hour. At 12, go to dinner. That's belly hour.
Profoundly, Lalio. It will be long ere all thy scholars learn this lesson. And I did look to have a new one entered. Stay, I think my expectations.
Say you, sir! Business speaks itself. This sight takes off the labor of my tongue.
Aye, 'tis plain enough. You mean him for my patient.
And if your pains prove but commodious, give but some little strength to this sick, weak part of nature in him. These are but patterns to show you of the whole pieces that will follow to you, minus the charge of diet, washing, and other necessaries fully defrayed.
Believe it, sir, there shall no care be wanted.
Sir, an officer in this place may deserve something. The trouble will pass through my hands.
But 'tis fit something should come into your hands then.
Yes, sir, 'tis I must keep him sweet. And read to him. Okay. What is his name?
His name is Antonio. Mary, we use but only half to him, only Tony.
Tony! Tony is enough and a good enough name for a fool. What's your name, Tony?
Thank you, cousin.
Good boy, Tony, hold up your head. You can laugh. I perceive by that he's no beast.
Well, sir, if you can raise him but to any height, any degree of wit might he attain, as I might say, to crawl on all fours towards the chair of wit, or to walk on crutches, 'twould add an honor to your worthy pains, and a great family might pray for you, to which he should be the heir had he the discretion to claim and guide his own. Assure you, sir, he is a gentleman.
Nay, there's nobody doubted that. At first sight I knew him for a gentleman. He looks no other yet. Let him have good attendance and sweet lodging. As good as my mistress lies in, sir, and as you allow us time and means, we can raise him to the higher degree of discretion. Nay, there shall no cost want. I warrant I'll make him able to bear office in 5 weeks. I'll undertake to wind him up to the wit of senator.
If it be less than that, it might serve turn.
5, sir, to level him, but with a superintendent, councilman, or mayor, or a little better than he is. I'll able him, if he do come to be a justice afterwards, let him thank the keeper. Or, I'll go further with you. Say I bring him up to my own pitch, say I make him as wise as myself. Why, there I would have it. Why, go to, either I'll be as arrogant a fool as he, or he shall be as wise as I am. Then I think 'twill serve his turn.
Nay, I do like thy wit passing well.
Yes, you may, sir, yet if I had not been a fool, I'd have more wit than I have, too. Remember what state you find me in?
I will. And so leave you. Your best cares.
Take you none with you. Leave them all with us.
Your cousin is here still. I am your cousin, Tony.
And I'll not cry then if thou beest my cousin.
I must ask him questions that I may know what form to place him in.
I do.
Ask him easy questions at first. Tony, how many true fingers has a tailor on his right hand?
As many as on his left, cousin.
Very well answered. I come to you again, cousin Tony. How many fools goes to a wise man?
40 in a day sometimes, cousin.
40 in a day? How prove you that?
All that fall out amongst themselves and go to a lawyer to be made friends.
A parlous fool. You must sit in the 4th form at least, I perceive that. I come again, cousin. How many knaves make an honest man?
I know not that, cousin.
No, the question is too hard for you. I'll tell you, cousin. There's 3 knaves may make an honest man. A sergeant, a jailer, and a beadle. The sergeant catches him. The jailer holds him, and the beadle lashes him. And if he be not honest then, the hangman must cure him.
That's fine sport, cousin.
This was too deep a question for the fool, Lavio.
Yes, this might have served yourself, though I say it. One more and you shall go play, Tony.
Play it pushpin.
So thou shalt, Tony. Say how many fools are here?
2, cousin. Thou and I.
Nay, you're too forward there, cousin Tony. Mark my question. How many fools and knaves are here? A fool before a knave, a fool behind a knave. Between every 2 fools a knave. How many fools, how many knaves?
Oh, I never learned so far, cousin.
Thou puts 2 hard questions to him, Lavio.
I'll make him understand it easily. Cousin, stand you there.
Hi, cousin.
Master, stand you next to fool.
Well, Lavio.
And here's my place. Now mark you, cousin Tony. Here a fool before a knave. That's I, cousin. Here a fool behind a knave. That's I. And between us 2 fools is a knave. That's my master. 'Tis but we 3, that's all. We 3. You may hear what time of day it is. The chimes of bedlam. Peace! Peace!
Or the wire comes. Peace, I say! Their hour is come, Lavio, they must be fed.
There's no hope of recovery. That Welsh madman was undone by an ounce that spoiled the Parmesan and lost his wits for it.
You go to your charge, Lavio, and I'll go to mine.
Go you to a madman's ward and leave me alone with your fools.
And remember your last charge, Lavio.
How much of your patience do you think I am? Come, Tony. You must among your fellow scholars now. Oh, there's pretty schoolboys of Munster, and I can tell you that some of them had stutter.
Oh, I would see the madman, cousin, if they would not bite me.
No, they will not bite me, Tony.
Well, they bite when they are at dinner, do they not, cousin?
Yes, they bite at dinner indeed. Well, I hope to get credit by thee. I like thee the best of all the scholars that ever I raised up. And either thou prove a wise man or I'll prove a fool myself.
charge. You have kept your hour, and the reward of a just meeting bless you. Hear my lady. Complete gentlemen, I dare not be too busy with my praises, for they are dangerous things to deal with.
This goes well.
These women are the ladies' cabinets. Things of most precious trust are locked into them.
I have within mine eye all my desires, requests that holy praises send heaven for, and brings them down to furnish our defects. Come not more sweet into my necessities, than now into my wishes.
We are so alike in our expressions, lady, that unless I borrow the same words, I shall never find their equals.
How happy were this meeting, this embrace, if it were free from envy. This poor kiss that has an enemy, a hateful one that wishes poison to it. How well were I now if there were no such name known as Pirocco, nor no such tie as the command of parents. I should be but too much blessed.
One good service would strike out both your fears, and I'll go near it too. Since you are so distressed, remove the cause. The command ceases, so there's two fears blown out in one and the same blast.
Pray, let me find you in service so strangely happy.
The most honorablest piece about man, valor. I'll send a challenge to Pirocco instantly.
How? Call you that the extinguishing of fear when 'tis the only thing to keep it flaming? Are not you ventured in all the actions of all my joys and comforts? Pray, no more, sir. Say you prevailed. Your dangers are not mine, then the law would claim you from me, or obscurity be made the grave to bear you alive. Pray, no more, sir. I'm glad these thoughts come forth. I'll keep not one of this condition, sir. Here was a corse found to bring her sorrow on her way to death, a tear ne'er dried till dust had choked her. Blood guiltiness becomes a fouler visage. And now I'll think on one. I was to blame. I had Mars who could have marked it with my sword was done questionless. The ugliest creature creation framed for some use, yet to see I could not mark where it should be.
Lady.
Why, men of art make much of poison, keep one to expel the other. Where was mine art?
Lady, you hear not me.
Oh, I do especially, sir. These present times are not so sure of our side as those hereafter may be. We must use them then as thrifty folks their wealth sparingly, for the time opens.
You teach wisdom, lady.
Within there, Diaphanta!
Do you call, madam? Perfect your service, and conduct this gentleman the private way you brought him.
I shall.
My love's as firm as love ever built upon.
I've watched this meeting and do wonder much what shall become of Tonner. I'm sure both cannot be served unless she transgress. Happily then I'll put in for one. For if a woman fly from one point, from him she makes a husband, she spreads and mounts then like arithmetic. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Proves in time server to an army royal. Now do I look to be most richly railed at, yet I must see her.
Why, put case, I loathed him, as much as youth and beauty had a sepulchre. Must I need show it? Cannot I keep that secret and serve my turn upon him?
See, he's here. De Flores.
Ha! I shall run mad with joy. She calls me fairly by my name, De Flores, and neither rogue nor rascal.
What have you done of your face of late? You've met with some good physician. You've proved yourself. Methinks you were not wont to look so amorously.
Not I. 'Tis the same physiognomy to a hair and pimple, which she called scurvy scarce an hour ago.
Come hither. Nearer, man.
Oh, I'm up to the chin in heaven.
Turn, let me see. Ah, 'tis but the heat
heat of the liver. I perceive it now. I thought it had been worse.
Her fingers touch me. She smells all amber.
I'll make a water for you shall cleanse this within a fortnight.
With your own hands, lady.
Yes, mine own. In a work of cure, I'll trust no other.
'Tis half an act of pleasure to hear her talk thus to me. When we're used to a hard face, 'tis not so unpleasing. It mends still an opinion, now hourly mends. I see it by experience.
I was blessed to light upon this minute. I'll make use on't.
Hardness becomes the visage of a man. Well, it argues service, resolution, manhood, if cause were of employment.
'Twould soon be seen if e'er your ladyship had cause to use it. I would but wish the honor of a service so happy as that amounts to.
We shall try you. Oh, my De Flores.
She calls me hers already. My De Flores. You were about to sigh out somewhat, madam. No, was I? I forgot. Oh. There 'tis again. The very fellow. You are too quick, sir. There's no excuse for it now. I heard it twice, madam. That sigh would fain have utterance. Take pity on't, and lend it a free word. Lass, how it labors for liberty. I hear the murmur yet. Beat at your bosom. Would creation, aye, well said, that's it, had made me man. Nay, that's not it. Oh, but 'tis the soul of freedom. I should not then be forced to marry one I hate beyond all depths. I should then have the power to oppose my loathings, nay, remove them forever from my sight. Oh, blessed occasion. Without change to your sex, you have your wishes. Claim so much man in me. Indeed, De Flores? There is little cause for that. Put it not from me. It's a service that I kneel for to you.
You are too violent to mean faithfully. There is horror in my service, blood and danger. Can those be things to sue for?
If you knew how sweet it were to me to be employed in any act of yours, you would say that I failed, and use not reverence enough when I receive the charge on't.
Rise.
I'll have the work first.
As thou art thy word, and thy service dangerous, thy reward shall be precious.
That I have thought on. I have assured myself of that beforehand, and know it will be precious. The thought ravishing.
Then take him to thy fear. I thirst for him.
Alonso de Caracquo.
His ends upon him, he shall be seen no more.
How lovely dost thou now appear to me.
Never was man dearly rewarded. I do think of that. Be careful in the execution. Why are not both our lives upon the cast? Then I throw all my fear upon thy service. We ne'er shall rise to hurt you. When the deed is done, I shall furnish thee with all things to take thy flight, for thou mayst live bravely in another country.
We'll talk of that hereafter.
I shall rid myself of two inveterate loathings at one time, Caracquo and his dog face.
Oh, my blood. Methinks I feel her in mine arms already. Her wanton fingers combing out this hair, being pleased, praising this bad face.
Hunger and pleasure, they'll command sometimes slovenly dishes and feed heartily on them. Nay, which is stranger, refuse daintier for them. Some women are odd feeders.
I'm too loud.
Oh, here comes the man who goes supperless to bed, and shall not rise tomorrow to his dinner. My kind, worthy lord.
I am glad I met with thee.
Sir.
Canst thou show me the full strength of the castle?
That I can, sir.
I much desire it.
And if the ways and straits of some of the passages be not too tedious for you?
I'll assure you worth your time and sight, my lord.
That shall be no hindrance.
I'm your servant, then. 'Tis now near dinner time. Against your lordship's rising, I'll have the keys about me.
Thanks, kind De Flores.
He's safely thrust upon me beyond hopes.
Yes! Here are all the keys I thought I'd wanted for the postern. This is it. I've all, my lord. This for the sconce.
'Tis a most spacious and impregnable floor.
You'll tell me more, my lord.
This descent is somewhat narrow. We shall never pass well with our weapons that will trouble us.
Ah, you say it's true.
Pray let me help your lordship.
'Tis done. Thanks, kind De Flores.
Here are hooks, my lord. To hang such things on purpose.
Indeed. I'll follow thee.
All You shall see anon a place you little dream on.
I'm glad I had this leisure, all your master's house. Imagine I had taken a gondola.
All but myself, my lord, which makes up my safety. My lord, I'll place you at a casement here, will show you the full strength of all the castle. Look, spend your eye a while upon that object.
Here's rich variety to Flores.
Aye, sir.
Goodly munition.
Aye, sir, no bastard metal. Ring you peal like bells at great men's funerals. Keep your eyes straight, my lord.
Take special notice of that sconce before you.
I'm upon it.
And so am I.
Oh! To Flores! Flores, whose medals hast thou put off?
Do you question a work of secrecy?
I must silence you! I must silence you!
Here's an undertaking well accomplished. His vault serves to good use now. Oh, what's this? There's sparkles in mine eye. 'Tis a diamond he wears upon his finger. 'Tis well found. This will approve the work.
What's so fast on? Oh, not part in death. I'll take a speedy course then. Finger and all shall off! So, now I'll clear the passages from all suspect or fear. Something.
You shall be doing if it please you. I'll whistle to you if you'll pipe after.
Is it your master's pleasure or your own to keep me in this pinfold?
'Tis for my master's pleasure, as being taken in another man's grave, you should be pounded in another place.
'Tis very well, he'll prove very wise.
He says you have company enough in the house, if you please to be sociable of all sorts of people.
Of all sorts? Why, there's none but fools and madmen?
Very well, where shall you find any other if you should go abroad? There's my master and myself to boot too.
Of either sort one, a madman and a fool.
I would even participate of both then if I were as you. I know you're half mad already.
Be half foolish, too.
Oh, you're a brave, saucy rascal. Oh, come on, sir. Afford me then the pleasure of your bedlam. You were commending once today to me your last come lunatic. Oh, what a proper body there was without brains to guide it. What a pitiful delight appeared, as if your wisdom had found a mirth in madness. Oh, pray, sir, let me partake, if there be such a pleasure.
If I do not show you the handsomest, discreetest madman, one that I may term the understanding madman, then say I am a fool.
Well, a match, I will say so.
Come on, sir. Let me see how handsomely you'll behave yourself now.
Oh, how sweetly she looks! Oh, but there's a wrinkle in her brow as deep as philosophy and a crayon. Drink to my mistress's health, I'll pledge it. Oh, stay, stay. There's a spider in the cup. Wait, no, 'tis but a gravestone. Swallow it. Fear nothing, poet. So, lift high up.
Alack, it is too foolish to be laughed at. How fell he mad, canst thou tell?
For love, mistress, he was a pretty poet too, and that set him forwards first. The muses then forsook him, he ran mad for a chambermaid.
Hail, bright Titania! Why standst thou idle on these flowery banks? Oberon is dancing with his dryads. I'll gather daisies, primroses, violets, and bind them all into a verse of poesy.
Not too near, you see your danger.
Oh, hold thy hand, great Diomed! Thou feedst thy horses well, they shall obey thee. Get up, you surplus mule, nurse!
See how I awe my flock. A shepherd has not his dog for obedience.
His conscience is unquiet. Sure that was the cause of this. Oh, proper gentleman.
Come hither, Escalipus, hide the poison.
Well, 'tis here.
Didst thou ever hear of one Tiresias, a famous poet?
Yes, they kept tame wild geese.
That's he. I'm the man.
No.
Yes. But Speak no more of it. I was a man 7 years ago.
A stripling, I think you might.
Now I'm a woman. Oh, feminine.
When I might see that.
Juno struck me blind.
I'll never believe that for a woman, they say, has an eye more than a man.
I swear she struck me blind.
And Luna made you man. You have 2 trades to beg with.
Luna is now big-bellied, and there's room for both of us to ride with Hecate. I'll drag thee up into her silver sphere, where we can kick the dog and beat the bush that barks against the witches of the night. The swift, lycanthropy that walks the round will tear the wolfish skins and save the sheep.
Is it come to this? Nay then, my poison comes forth again. Mad slave indeed, abuse your keeper.
Oh, sweet love, baby, give me leave to lie with thee.
No, I'll see you wiser first to your own kennel.
Oh, hit it! I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold that feeling for so long. And if you feel like how I feel, sugar, come on, come on. Let's get it on.
I knew you would get it off. Now, mistress, I will show you another sort. You shall be fooled another while. Tony, come hither. Tony, look who's yonder.
Is it not my aunt, cousin?
Yes, 'tis one of them, Tony.
How do you, uncle?
You need not fear him. 'Tis a gentle midget. You may play with him as safely with him as with his ball.
How long hast thou been a fool?
Oh, ever since I came hither, cousin.
Cousin, I'm not thy cousin's fool.
Oh, mistress. Fools have ever so much wit as to claim their kindred. Must I come amongst you? Keep you the fool, mistress. I'll go up and play left-handed Orlando with the madman.
Well, sir.
'Tis opportuneful now, sweet lady. Nay, cast no amazing eye upon this change.
Huh?
This shape of folly shrouds your truest love, the dearest servant to your powerful beauties, whose magic had this forced us to transform me.
A fine fool indeed.
Oh, 'tis not strange. Love has an intellect that runs through all the scrutinous sciences, and like a cunning poet captures the quantity of every knowledge and brings all home into one mystery, into one secret that he proceeds in.
A parlous fool too.
No danger in me. I bring naught but love and his soft, wounding shafts to strike you with. Try but one arrow. If it hurts you, I'll stand you 20 back in recompense.
A forward fool too.
Yeah. This was love's teaching. 1,000 ways he fashioned out my ways, and this I found the safest and the nearest to tread the galaxy into my star.
Oh, profound withal. Certainly dreamed of this. Love never taught it in waking.
Take no acquaintance with these outward follies. There is within a gentleman that loves you.
When I see him, I will speak with him. Until then, keep your habit. It becomes you well enough as you are a gentleman. I'll not discover you. That's all the favor you must expect. When you are weary, you may leave the school for all this while you haven't played the fool.
Hey, listen again. Thank you, cousin. Hit it. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
How do you like the fool, mistress?
Passing well, sir.
Is he not witty? Pretty well for a fool?
If you go on as he begins, he's like to come to something.
Yes, thank a good teacher. You may put him to it. He begins to answer pretty hard questions. Tony, how many is 5 times 6?
5 times 6 is 6 times 5.
Could any arithmetician have answered better? Tony? How many is 107?
107 is 701.
This is no wit to speak of. When my master will come home, 'tis too much for me to govern both these wards together.
Why should a minute of love's hour be lost?
Oh, fie, Altagan. I'd rather you kept your other posture. You become out your tongue when you speak from your clothes.
How can he freeze live so near a warmth? Must I alone walk through the orchard of disparities and cowardly not pull an apple? This with the red cheek I must venture for.
Take heed, there's giants, keeper!
How now, fool? Are you good at that? I believe I must put harder questions to him. I perceive that.
You're bold without fear, too!
Oh, what should I fear, having all joys about me? Do you smile, and love shall play the wanton on your lips? Look you but cheerfully, and in your eyes I shall behold my own deformity. Dress myself with terror. I know this shape becomes me not, but in those bright mirrors I shall array me handsomely.
Cuckoo, cuckoo!
What are these?
Here are they but our schools of lunatics that act their fantasies suiting their present thoughts. If sad, they cry. If happy their conceit, they laugh again. Sometime they imitate the beasts and birds, singing, howling, braying, barking, all as the wild fancies prompt them.
Too much for one shepherd to govern both of these flocks together. Come, Tony.
Prithee, cousin, let me stay here still.
Now, you must do your books now you have played sufficiently.
Your fool has grown wondrous witty.
Well, I'll say nothing, but I do not think that he will put you down one of these days.
Oh, can you see you belong to me?
Here the restrained current might make breach, spiteful, watchful bankers. What a woman straight need not get abroad to seek her sin. Will be brought home one way or other. The needles point well to the fixed north, such drawing arctic women's beauties are.
How now, sweet rogue?
How now?
Come, there are degrees. One fool may be better than another.
What's the matter?
Nay, if thou givest thy mind to fools.
Flesh, have at thee.
You bold slave, you!
I could go on now as t'other fellow did. Do you but smile, and love shall play the wanton on your lip.
Look you but cheerfully, and in mine eyes I shall behold my own deformity, and dress myself out fairer, but is not this the more foolish way? Come, sweet rogue, come, kiss me, my little Lacedaemonian. Let me feel how thy pulses beat. Thou hast about thee a thing to do a man pleasure, I'll lay my hand on.
Oh, Sarah, no more! I see I've discovered this love's knight errant, which hath made adventure for purchase of my love. Be silent, mute as a statue, for his injunction for me enjoined shall be to cut thy throat. Ooh, I'll do it. Though for no other purpose, and be sure he'll not refuse it.
My share, that's all. I have my fool's part with you.
No more, master.
Sweet. How dost thou?
Oh, your bounden servant, sir.
Fie, sweetheart. None of that.
Oh, you were best lock me up.
My arms and bosom, my sweet Isabella. I'll lock thee up most dearly. Oh, Mario! We have employment. We have task at hand. At noble Verbanderos, our castle captain, there is a nuptial to be solemnized. Fair Beatrice Joanna, his fair daughter, bride, from which the gentleman hath bespoke our pains, a mixture of our fools and our madmen, to finish, as it were, and make an end to all the rebels, the third night from the first. Only an unexpected passage over, to make a frightful pleasure, that is all. This while there's a good reward begun. and will beget a bounty, be it known.
This is easy, sir, I'll warrant you. You have amongst you fools and madmen who are very good dancers, and 'tis no wonder your best dancers are not your wisest men. The reason being, with often jumping, they jolt their brains down into their feet, so that their wits lie more in their heels than in their heads.
Honest Lolio, thou givest me a good reason, and take comfort in it.
Oh, you've a fine trade on it. Madmen and fools are a staple commodity.
Ah, wife, we must eat, wear clothes, and live. Just at the lawyer's haven we arrive. By fools and by madmen, we both do thrive.
Valencia speaks so nobly, sir. I wish I had a daughter now for you.
The fellow of this creature were a partner for a king's love.
Well, I had a fellow once, sir, but heaven has married her to Joyce Eternal. 'Twas sin to wish her in this way again. Come, sir, your friend and you shall see the pleasures which my health chiefly joys in.
So here's one step into my father's favor.
Time will fix him. I've got him now the liberty of the house. So wisdom by degrees works out her own freedom. And if that eye be darkened that offends me, I wait for that eclipse. This gentleman shall soon shine glorious in my father's liking through the refulgent virtue of my love.
My thoughts are at a banquet for the deed. I feel no weight in't. 'Tis but light and cheap for the sweet recompense that I set down for it.
To Flores.
Lady, that was promised here for me. All things are answerable. Time, circumstance, your wishes in my service.
Is it done then?
Parocco is no more.
My joys turn on mine eyes. Our sweetest delights are evermore for weeping.
I have a token for you.
For me?
But it was sent somewhat unwillingly.
I could not get the ring without the finger. Listen, what has I done? Why, is that more than killing the whole man?
I cut his heartstrings. A greedy hand thrust in a dish at court, and a mistake I thought as much as this.
'Tis the first gift my father made me send him.
And I made him send it back again for his last gift. I was loath to leave it. I'm sure dead men have no use of jewels. He was loath to part with, for it stuck, as if the flesh and it were both one substance.
At the sex hall the keeper has his fees. 'Tis soon applied, sir, all dead men's fees are yours. I pray you bury the finger. For the sum you may make use on shortly, the true value of it, taken as my truth, is near 300 ducats.
Will hardly buy a cap case for one's conscience, though, to keep it from the worm, as fine as 'tis. Well, being my fees, I'll take it. Great men have taught me that, else my merit would scorn the wailed.
Oh, it might justly, sir. Oh, you mistake De Flores. 'Tis not given in state of recompense.
Oh, I hope so. You should soon witness my contempt to it, then.
Prithee, thou looks as if thou were defending.
That was strange. 'Tis not possible my service should draw such a cause from you, offended. Could you think so? That were much. For one of my performance, and so warm yet in my service.
'Twere misery in me to give you cause, sir.
I know so much. It were so. Misery in her most sharp condition.
'Tis resolved then. How does the sound of 3,000 florins go? I have not meanly thought upon my merit.
What, salary? Now you move me.
How, De Flores?
Do you place me in the rank of verminous fellows to destroy things for wages? Offer gold? The lifeblood of man is anything valued too precious for my recompense.
I understand thee not.
I could have hired a journeyman in murder at this rate, and mine own conscience might have slept at ease and I had the work brought home.
I am of no labyrinth. I know not what will content him.
I would fain be rid of him. Honorable the sum, sir. You take a course to double my vexation. That's the good you do. Bless me, I am in worse plight than I was. I know not what will please him.
For my fear's sake, I prithee, take away with all speed possible. And if thou be so modest not to name the sum that will content thee, paper blushes not. Send the demand in writing, it shall follow thee. But prithee, take thy flight.
You must fly too then.
Aye.
I'll not stir a foot else.
What's your meaning?
Why aren't you as guilty? In, I'm sure, as deep as I, and we should stick together. Come, your fears counsel you but ill. My absence would draw suspect upon you instantly. There were no rescue for you.
He speaks home.
Nor is it fit we two engaged so jointly should part and live asunder.
This shows not well.
How now?
What makes your lips so strange? This must not be twixt us.
The man talks wildly.
Come, kiss me with the zeal now.
Heaven, I doubt him. I shall not stand so long to beg him shortly.
Take heed, the floors of forgetfulness. 'Twill soon betray us.
Take you heed first.
Faith, you're grown much forgetful. You're to blame it.
He's bold and I'm blamed for it. I have eased you of your trouble, think on't. I'm in pain and must be eased of you. 'Tis a charity.
Justice invites your blood to understanding.
I dare not.
Quickly.
Oh, I never shall. Speaking it further off, that I may lose what has been spoken, and no sound remain on it. I will not hear such offense again for such another deed.
Soft, lady, soft. The last is not yet paid for. Oh, this act
has put me into spirit. I was as greedy on't as the parched earth for moisture when the clouds weep. Did you not mark I wrought myself into it? Nay, sued and kneeled for it. Why was all that pains took? Huh? You see, I've thrown contempt upon your gold. Not that I wanted not friend you piteously. In order, I'll come unto it and make use on't. 'Twas not held so precious to begin with. For I place wealth after the heels of pleasure, and were I not resolved in my belief that thy virginity were perfect in thee,
I should take my recompense with grudging.
Thou canst be so wicked, or shelter such a cunning cruelty, to make his death the murder of mine honor. Thy language is so bold and vicious, I cannot see which way I can forgive it with any modesty.
Oh, you forget yourself, a woman dipped in blood, and talk of modesty.
Oh, misery of sin, would I have been bound perpetually into thy living pagan that rockwood than to hear these words. Think but upon the distance that creation set twixt thy blood and mine, and keep thee there.
Look but into your conscience, read me there. 'Tis a true book, you'll find me there your equal.
Fly not to your birth, but settle you in what the act has made you. You're no more now. You must forget your parentage to me. You're the deed's creature.
By that name, you lost your first condition, and I claim you. As peace and innocencies turned you out and made you one with me.
With thee, foul villain!
That's my fair murderess.
Do you urge me? Though thou rights made, thou whore in thy affection. 'Twas changed from thy first love, and that's a kind of whoredom in thy heart. And he's changed now to bring thy second on.
Thy Alcimera, whom by all sweets that ever darkness tasted, if I enjoy thee not, thou ne'er enjoyst. I'll blast the hopes and joys of marriage. I'll confess all. My life I rate it nothing.
To Florence,
I shall rest from all lovers' plagues then. I live in pain now. That shooting eye will burn my heart to cinders.
oh, sir, hear me.
She that in life and love refuses me, in death and shame my partner she shall be.
Oh, sir, hear me once and for all. I make you master of all the wealth I have in gold and jewels. Let me go forward to my bed with honor, and I am rich in all things.
Let this silence me. The wealth of all Valencia shall not buy my pleasure from me.
Can you weep fate from its determined purpose?
So soon?
and you weep me.
Vengeance begins. Murder I see is followed by more sins. Was my creation in the womb so cursed, it must engender with a viper first?
Come, rise and shroud your blessings in my bosom. Silence is one of pleasure's best receipts. Thy peace is wrought forever with this yielding. How the turtle pants. Thou love anon, with thou so fierce and faints to venture on.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon.
Where there is doubt, faith.
Where there is despair, hope.
Where there is darkness, light.
Where there is sadness, joy.
This fellow hasn't done me endlessly. Never was bride so fearfully distressed.
The more I think upon the ensuing night, and who I am to cope with and embraces, one who's ennobled both in blood and mind,
So clear in understanding. That's my plague now, before whose judgments will my faults appear.
like malefactors' crimes before tribunals, there is no hiding on it. The more I dive into my own distress, how a wise man stands for a great calamity. There's no venturing in to expand. What course soe'er I light upon him now my shame, which may grow up to danger. He cannot but injustice strangle me, as I lie by him as a cheater use me. 'Tis a precious craft to play the false die before a cunning gamester. Here's his closet. And the key left in it, and he had brought it apart. Sure, 'twas for God. I'll be so bold as look in it.
Oh, bless me. All right, physician's closet 'tis, set around with vials.
Everyone remark too. The manuscript lies here. The book of experiment, called Secrets in Nature. So 'tis so.
I don't know whether a woman be with child or no.
I hope I am not yet. If he should try though, let me see. Fully 45. Here it is. The leaf tucked down the place suspicious. If you know whether a woman be with child or not, give her 2 spoonfuls of the quantity of white water in glass C. Where is glass C? Oh, yonder 'tis, I see it now. And her that is with child will sleep a full 12 hours after, if not. None of that water comes into my belly.
I'll know you from 100. I could break it right now, or turn it into milk and beguile the master of the mystery. Yet I'll look to you.
That which is next is 10 times worse. How to know whether a woman be a maid or not? If that should be applied, what would become of me? Give the party you suspect the quantity of the water in glass M, and upon her that is a maid will make 3 several effects.
Will make her incontinently gape, then fall into a sneezing, last, a violent laughing, else dull, heavy, and lumpish.
Where have I been? I fear it. Yet 'tis 7 hours to bedtime.
Oh, gods, madam! Are you here? Seeing this wench now, which comes into my mind, 'tis a nice piece gold cannot purchase. I am never to look my lord. Oh, would I had such a cause to look him too. Why, he's in the park, madam. There, let him be. Aye, let him come to his parks and forests as great rangers do. At roosting time, a little lodge can hold him. Earth conquering Alexander, that thought the world too narrow for him, in the end had but his pit hole. I fear thou art not modest, Ephrata. Your thoughts are so unwilling to be known, madam. 'Tis ever the bride's fashion towards bedtime to set light by her joys as if she owned them not. Her joys? Her fears, thou wouldst say. Fear? Of what? Are not you a maid and talk so to a maid? You leave a blushing business behind, but sure you're hard for it. Do you mean good sooth, madam? If I had thought upon the fear at first, man should have been unknown. It's possible. I would give 1,000 ducats to the woman that tried with my dear word, and if she likes, I might be drawn to it. Are you in earnest? Do you get me, the woman? Then challenge me and see if I'll fly from it. But this, by the way, she must be a true maid, else there is no trial. Her fears are not renounced. This is a strange humor. Are you serious still? Would you resign your first night's pleasure and give money to as willingly as live? Alas, the gold is but a bite that to wedge in the honor. I know not how the world goes abroad for faith or honesty. There's both required in this. Madam, what say you to me? And stray no farther. I have a good mind and troth to earn your money. I fear thou art too quick to be a maid. Ha! Not a maid! Madam, you urge me. You, with all your fears about you, are not truer than I myself with all my lights and joys about me. Unlike you. Then you dare put your honesty on an easy trial? Easy? Anything. I'll come straight to you. She'll not examine you, will she? The forewoman of a female jury. Look, Ephrata. You take no worse than I do. And in so doing, I ask not what 'tis, but take it. If the experiment be true, 'twill praise itself and give me noble ease. Here's the first one. Then what haste and makes you fall into the second there by this time? Most admirable secret! Alas, it stirs not me a whit, which most concerns it. Just in all things and in orders if it were circumscribed. One accident gives way into another. Now, wench. I am so light at heart. I'm so pleasurable. But one swig more, sweet. I
sad again. It sounds so generous. Come, wench. Most beautiful, I dare call thee now. Prithee, madam, what trick call you this? I'll tell thee all hereafter. We must study the business of this carriage. Oh, I shall carry it well, because I love the burden. I may not, you must not fail to steal forth gently, so I will use the place. Fear you not, madam. I shall be cool by that time. The bride's place, and with 1,000 ducats. I'm for a justice now. Oh, I bring a portion with me. I scorn small fools.
Knave, mine honor is in question. That thing till now free from suspicion, nor ever was there cause. Who of my gentlemen are absent? Tell me, and truly, how many and who?
Antonio, sir, and Franciscus.
When did they leave the castle?
So, some 10 days since, sir. The one intended for Griamata, the other for Valencia.
Time accuses him. A charge of murder is brought within my castle to Arachno's murder. I dare not answer faithfully their absence. A strict command of apprehension shall presume suddenly, and either wipe the stain off clear or we discover it. Providing we wards for the purpose. See, I am settled again.
I claim a brother of you.
You're too hot. Seek him not here.
Yes, amongst your dearest bloods. If my peace can find no fair satisfaction, this is the place I must yield account for him. For here I left him, and the hasty tie of this snatched marriage gives him a strong testimony of his most certain ruin.
Certain falsehood! This is the place indeed. He has too much marred both my abused love, the honorable love which I deserve him, and mocked my daughter's joy. The prepared day blushed at his infidelity. He left contempt and scorn to throw upon those friends whose belief hurt him, who it was most ignoble to take his flight so unexpectedly and throw such public wrongs at those that loved him.
This is all your answer.
It is too fair for one of his alliance. And I warn you that this place no more see.
The best is... There's more grounds to meet a man's revenge on. Honest to Flores. That's my name indeed. Saw you the bride. Good sweet sir, which way took you? I blessed mine eyes for seeing such a false one. I fain get off. This man's not for my company. I smell his brother's blood when I come near him. Come hither, kind and true one. I do remember my brother loved thee well. Oh, purely, dear sir. Methinks I'm now again killing on him. He brings it so fresh to me. Thou canst guess, Sarah, that one honest friend has some instinct of jealousy of some foul, guilty person. Alas, sir, I'm so charitable, I think none worse than myself. You did not see the bride, then? Oh, I prithee name her not. Is she not wicked? No, sir, no. A pretty, easy, round-packed sinner, as your most ladies are. Else you think I flatter her. But, sir, no hand wicked. Till they're so old, their chins and noses meet, and they salute witches. I'm called, I think, sir. His company even o'erlays my conscience. This De Flores has a wondrous honest heart. He'll bring it out in time, I'm assured on't. Here comes the glorious master of the day's joy. Will not be long till he and I do reckon. Sir!
You are most welcome.
You may call that word back. I do not think I am, nor wish to be.
'Tis strange you found the way to this house, then.
Would I had ne'er known the cause. I'm none of those, sir. Come to give you joy and swill your wine. 'Tis a far more precious liquor that must lay the fiery thirst I bring.
Your words and you appear to me great strangers.
Time and our swords may make us better acquainted. This, the business. I would have a brother in your place. How malice and treachery have disposed of him, I'm bound to inquire of him which holds his right, which ne'er could come fairly.
You must look to answer for that word, sir.
Fear you not, I'll have it ready drawn at our next meeting. Keep your day solemn. Fare you well. I disturb it not. I'll bear the smart with patience for a time.
'Tis somewhat ominous, this. Coral entered on this day. My innocence relieves me. I should be wondrous sad else. Jasperino, I have news to tell thee, strange news.
I have some too. I think as strange as yours, but I might keep mine, so my faith and friendship might be kept in it. Faith, sir, dispense a little with my zeal, and let it cool in this.
This puts me on, and blames thee for thy slowness.
All may prove nothing, only a friendly fear that leapt from me, sir.
No question thee prove nothing. Let's partake it, though.
'Twas by Diamanta's chance. For to that wench I pretend honest love, and she deserves it. To leave me in a back part of the house, a place we choose for private conference. She was no sooner gone, but instantly I heard your bride's voice in the room next to mine, and, lending closer attention, found De Flores, louder than she.
De Flores? Thou art out now.
Tell me more anon.
Still I'll prevent thee. The very sight of him is poisoned.
That made me stagger too, but Diafanta at her return confirmed it.
Diafanta.
Then fell we both close to listen, and words would pass like those that challenge interest in a woman.
Peace, quench thy zeal! 'Tis dangerous to thy bosom.
The truth is full of peril.
Such truths are. Oh, that she were the sole glory of the earth. Eyes that could shoot fire into men's breasts, and touched. She sleeps not here. But I have time, though night be near, to be resolved hereof. And prithee, do not weigh me by my passions.
I never weighed friend so.
Done charitably. This key will lead thee to a pretty secret by an occultist taught me. I've made my study upon some. Fetch from my cabinet a glass there inscribed with the letter M, and question not my purpose.
It shall be done, sir.
How can this hang together? Not an hour since the woman came delivering her lady's fears, presented her as the most timorous virgin to ever shrink at a man's name, and so modest, she charged her weep out her request to me that she might come obscurely to my bosom.
All goes well. My woman is preparing yonder for her sweet voyage, which grieves me to lose. Necessity compels it. I lose all else.
Hush. Modesty's shrine is set in yonder forehead. I cannot be too short, though. My Joanna!
Forgive me, sir, I was bold to weave a message to you.
The dove's not meeker. She's abused, questionless. Oh, are you come, sir?
The glass upon my life, I see the letter.
This is him.
Ah, 'tis it.
I am suspected.
Look how fitly our bride comes to partake with us.
What is it, my lord?
No hurt.
Oh, pardon, sir, I rarely drink of any composition.
But this, upon my warrant, you shall venture on.
I fear 'twill make me ill.
Heaven forbid that.
I am put down to my cunning. The effects I know well, if I can but handsomely feign them.
It has a secret virtue near midst, sir, from a virgin.
Treble quality.
I hope it's virtuous. It takes care, proceeds.
This is the strangest drink to ever know made by.
You've given me joy of heart to drink, my lord.
No, thou hast given me such a joy of heart that can never be lasted.
What is the matter, sir?
See? Now 'tis resolved in a melancholy, keeps both time and method. My Joanna, chaste as the breath of heaven, or morning's womb that brings the day forth, thus my love encloses thee.
The Ouch Mad, I'm sure of that. I had a taste on earlier. To To the bright Andromeda, chief chambermaid to the Knight of the Sun, at the sign of Scorpio, in the Middle Region, sent by the bellows mender of Aeolus, pay the post. This is stark madness.
Now mark the inside. Sweet lady, having now cast off this counterfeit cover of a madman, I appear to your best judgment a true and faithful lover of your beauty.
He's mad still.
If any fault you find, try those perfections in you which hath made me imperfect. 'Tis the same sun that causeth to grow and enforceth to wither.
Oh, gross.
Shapes and transhapes, destroys and builds again.
I come in winter to you, dismantled of my proper ornaments, but by the sweet splendor of her cheerful smiles, I spring and live lover.
Mad rascal still.
Tread him not underfoot that shall appear in honor to your bounties. I remain, mad till I speak with you, from whom I expect my cure. Yours all are one beside himself, Franciscus.
You are like to have a fine time on't. My master and I may give over our professions. I do not think but you can cure fools and madmen faster than we, with little pains, too.
Very likely.
One thing I must tell you, mistress.
You perceive that I am privy to your skill. If I find you minister once and set up the trade I put in for my thirds, I should be man or fool else.
The first place is thine. Believe it, Malio, if I do fall.
I fall upon you.
So?
Well, I stand to my venture.
But thy counsel now, how shall I deal with him?
Why do you mean to deal with him?
Nay, the fair understanding how to use him?
Abuse him! That's the way to mad the fool and make a fool of the madman, and then you use him kindly.
'Tis easy. Practice. Oh, dost thou observe it? The key of thy wardrobe!
There, fit yourself for him, and I'll fit him for you.
Take thou no further notice of the outside.
Not an inch, I'll put you to the inside.
Marco, art there? Will all be perfect, thinkst thou? Tomorrow night, as if to close up the solemnity, Vermandero expects us.
I mistrust the madmen most. The fools will do well enough. I've taken pains with them.
They cannot understand. The more the absurdity, the more commence it. So no rough behaviors or fight to the ladies. They are nice things, thou knowest.
You need not fear, sir. So long as we're there with our commanding pizzles, they'll be as tame as the ladies themselves.
You see them rehearse once more before they go.
Look you to your madmen's Morris and leave me alone with your fools. There is a one or two that I mistrust their fooling. I'll instruct them, and then they shall rehearse the whole measure.
Do so. I'll see the music prepared. But, Malio, by the way, how does my wife brook her restraint? Does she not grudge at it?
So, she takes some pleasure in the house. She would abroad else. You must allow her a little more length. She's kept too short.
She shall along to Vermandero's with us. That will serve her for a month's liberty. I'll prepare the music.
And I'll dance the waltz. Tony, where art thou?
Here, cousin, where art thou?
Come, Tony, you remember the footmanship I taught you?
I had rather ride, cousin.
I'll whip take you, but I'll keep you out. Come, vault in, Tony. I guess we can. I guess we can.
Yes, we can.
Now an honor.
Is this an honor, cuz?
Yes, if it please your worship. You can remember your figure, Tony.
Yes, cousin. When I see your figure, I can remember mine.
Hey, how he treads the air! Shoot! The other way! He'll burn his wings out! There's wax enough below Icarus, more than can be cancelled these 18 mountains! Oh, stand up, thou son of Cretan Delos, and we will tread the lower labyrinth. I'll bring thee to the clue.
Prithee, cousin, let me alone.
Art thou not drowned? Well, let me suck the billows from thy belly. Hark you how they roar and rumble in the straits! Bless thee from the pirates.
Pox upon you, let me alone!
Why wouldst thou mount so high as Mercury, unless thou hast provision of this place? Oh, stay in the moon with me, Endymion, and we will rule these rebellious waves that would have drowned my love!
I'll give thee! You may not touch me now, wild, unshapen antic! I am no fool, you bedlam!
But you're as sure as I am mad. frantic, with love as full of fury to beguile even the most nimble eye of watchful jealousy. And am I thus rewarded?
Dearest beauty!
No! I have no beauty now, nor never had what was in my garments. You a quick-sighted lover. Oh, come not near me. Keep your comparisons. You're aptly clad. I came a fated to return stark mad. Stay! Oh, I'll change condition and become as you are.
Why, Tony, whither now? Why, fool!
Who's fool? Usher and idiots!
I fool too much.
You'd best be mad another while then.
I am so. Stark mad. I have cause enough, and I can do the full effects on thee and beat thee like a fury.
Do not! I shall not forbear the gentleman under the fool if you do. Alas, I saw through your fox skin before now. Come, I can give you comfort. My mistress loves you, and there is as errant a madman in the house as you are a fool, your rival, whom she loves not. If, after the mask, we can rid her of him, you earn her love, she says, and the fool shall ride her.
May I believe thee?
Yes, or you may choose whether you will or no.
She's eased of him. I have a good quarrel on't.
Well, keep your old station still and be quiet.
Tell her I will preserve her love.
And you are like to have your desire. Here comes t'other counterfeit. I'll put him out of his humor. Sweet lady, having now cast off this counterfeit coat of a madman, I appear to your best judgment a true and faithful lover of your beauty. This is pretty well for a madman.
What's that?
Tried those perfections in you which made me imperfect.
Oh, I'm discovered to the fool.
I hope to discover the fool in you ere I have done with you. Yours all, or one beside himself, Franciscus. This madman will mend sure.
What do you read, sirrah?
Your destiny, sir. You'll be hanged for this and another trick that I know.
Art thou counsel with thy mistress?
Next her apron straight.
Give me your hand.
Stay, let me put yours in my pocket. Your hand is true, it will not pick. I partly fear it because I think it does lie.
Not in a syllable.
So, if you love my mistress as well as you have handled the matter here, you are like to be cured of your madness.
None but she can cure it.
I'll give you over then, and she shall cast your water.
Here's to thy pains past.
I shall deserve more, sir, I hope. My mistress loves you, but must have some proof of your love to her.
And there I meet my wishes.
That not serve. You must meet her enemy and yours.
He's dead already.
Will you tell me that, and I parted but now with him?
Show me the man.
Aye, that's the right course now. See him before you kill him. And yet, it needs not go so far as that. 'Tis but a fool that haunts the house of my mistress in the shape of an idiot. Bang but his fool's coat well favoredly, and 'tis well.
Soundly.
Only reserve him till the mask be past. And if you find him not now in the dance, I'll show you myself. In, my master.
Well said.
In readiness, love.
Yes, sir. Obey then, and guide them in loyal.
Hit it!
"'Tis perfect.
will fit but once these strings. We shall have coin and credit for our pains.
All my fears disapparent now. This drunken serves our ends, devours the pleasure with a greedy appetite, and never minds my honor or my peace. Makes havoc of my right, but she pays dearly for it. No trusting of a life is such a secret that cannot rule her blood to keep her promise. Besides, I have some suspicion of her faith to me, because I was suspected of my lord, and it must come from her. Hark by my horse, another clock strikes 2.
Where are you?
De Flores?
Is she not come from him yet?
As I am a living soul, not.
Sure the devil sowed his itch within her. Who trusts a waiting woman?
I must trust someone.
They're targets, especially when they fall upon their masters and have their ladies' first fruits. Ooh, they're mad whelps. Cannot stay them off game royal then. You're so harsh, Maria. Ask no counsel. I could have helped you to an apothecary's daughter would have fallen off before 11 and thanked you too.
Advise me now to fall upon some ruin. There is no counsel safe else.
Peace. We must force a rising, there's no remedy.
How? Take heed of that.
Be you quiet, or else give over all.
Prithee, I have done then.
This is my reach. I'll set some part of fire of Diafanta's chamber.
Fire, how, sir? That may endanger the whole house.
Talk you of danger when your fame's on fire.
That's true. Do what thou wilt then.
I aim at a most rich success, strikes all dead sure. The chimney being afire, and some light parcels of the least danger in her chamber only. If Diafanta should be met by chance then, far from her lodging, which is now suspicious, 'twould be thought her fears and affright then drove her to seek for succor. If not seen, or met at all, and that's the likeliest, for her own shame, she'll hasten toward her lodging. I'll be ready with a piece high charged, as 'twere to cleanse the chimney. There, 'tis proper now, but she shall be the mark.
I'm forced to love thee now, 'cause thou providest so carefully for mine honor.
Concerns the pleasure of us both, our safety and continuance.
Prithee, one word, sir, how for the servants?
I'll dispatch them. Some one way, some another, in the hurry for buckets, hooks, ladders. Fear not you, the deed shall find its time. And I've thought since upon a safe conveyance for the body too. How this fire purifies wit! Watch you your minute.
Fear keeps my soul upon it. I cannot stray from it.
What art thou? That takes away the light twixt that star in me. I dread thee not. 'Twas but a mist of conscience. All's clear again.
De Flores? Bless me. Some little thing haunts the house. Has left behind a shivering sweat on me. I'm afraid now. Oh! 3 struck by St. Sebastian's. Fire! Fire! How is that man's speed? Fire! Aye, well said, that's it. Fire now brings the chimney work. Oh, my stars! The piece is ready! Pardon frailty, madam. In trouble I was so well I even forgot myself. Honey, it makes him work. What? I quickly to your chamber, your lord shall follow you. Oh, I never made so sweet a bargain.
Joanna! So thou risen too. I was coming, my absolute treasure.
When I missed you, I could not choose but follow.
Thought all sweetness. The fire is not so dangerous.
Think you so, sir?
Prithee, tremble not. Believe me, it is not.
Bless my house and me! My lord your father. Nay, whither goes that piece?
Scour the chimney.
Oh. Well said, well said. That fellow's good on all occasions.
A wondrous necessary man, my lord.
Yeah, the ready wit. Dog had a house on fire. It's worth them all, sir. They have seen and singed ere now. There he goes!
'Tis done.
Come, sweet, to bed. Thou wilt get cold.
Fear keeps that out. My heart will find no quiet till I hear how Deofonta my poor woman fares. It is her chamber, sir, her lodging chamber.
Well, how should the fire come there?
As good as ever saw a lady countenanced, but negligent and heavy she escaped the ruin twice.
Twice!
Strangely twice, sir.
Those sleepy sluts are dangerous in a house that they be near so good.
Oh, poor virginity. Thou hast dearly paid for it.
Bless us. What's that?
Thing you all knew once. Deofonta's burnt.
Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord.
Now the flames are greedy on her. Burnt. Burnt. Burnt to death, sir.
Oh, my presaging soul.
Not a tear more. I charge you by the last embrace I gave you in bed before this race that's.
Now you tie me. Word my sister she gets no more.
How now?
All dangers past, you may now take your rest, my lords. The fire is thoroughly quenched.
De Flores, what is left of her inter, and we as mourners all shall follow her. I entreat that honor upon my servant, even of my lord himself.
Command it, sweetness.
Who's by the fire first? Was I? I took such pains in it too. A double goodness. 'Twere well he were rewarded.
He shall be. De Flores, call upon me.
And upon me, sir.
Rewarded? Precious! Here's a trick beyond me. I see in all bouts, both of sport and wit, always a woman strives for the last hit.
I cannot taste the benefits of life with that same relish as I was wont to do. Man, I grow weary of, and hold to his fellowship a treacherous, bloody friendship. And because I am ignorant in whom my wrath should settle, I must think all men villains. And the next I meet, whoe'er he be, the murderer of my most worthy brother. Who's that? Oh, they that some call honest De Flores. And yet, methinks honesty had fallen hard to come there for a lodging, as if a queen should make her palace of a pest house. I find a contrariety in nature betwixt that face and mine. The least occasion would give me game upon him. Yet, he's so foul, one would scarce touch him with the blade he loved and made a count on. So most deadly venomous, he would go so far as to poison any blade that should draw blood upon him. One must resolve never to use that sword again in fight of honest manhood that strikes him. Some river must devour it. 'Twere not fit any man should find it. What? Again, he walks a purpose by shore to choke me up, to infect my blood. My worthy noble lord, dost offer to come so near and breathe upon me? A blow, yea, are you so prepared? I'd rather die like a soldier by the sword than a politician by my poison. I cannot strike. I see his brother's wounds fresh bleeding in his eye as in a crystal. I will not question this. My lord, I know you're noble. I take my injury with thanksgiving like a wise lawyer, and as a favor will wear it for the worthy hand that gave it. Why this from him that yesterday appeared so strangely loving to me? But instinct is of a subtler strain. Guilt must not walk so near his lodge again. He came near me now. All league with mankind I will renounce forever till I find this
murderer. Not so much as common courtesy, but I'll lock up. For in this state of ignorance, a brother may salute his brother's murderer. I wish the villain good speed and a greeting.
Your confidence, I'm sure, is full of proof. The prospect from the garden is room enough for deep suspicion.
Black mask that was so continuously worn upon it condemns the face for ugly ere it be seen. Her despite for him, so seeming bottomless.
Touch it home then. 'Tis not a shallow probe can search this ulcer soundly. I fear you'll find it full of corruption. 'Tis fit I leave you. She meets you opportunely from that walk. She took the back door and is parted with her.
Did my fate wait for this unhappy stroke at my first sight of woman?
Alcimero,
How do you?
how do I? At last, how do you? You look not well.
You read me well enough. I am not well.
Not well, sir. Is it in my power to better you?
Yes.
Nay. Then you're cured again.
Pray resolve me one question, lady.
If I can.
None can so short. Are you honest?
That's a broad question, my lord.
But that's not a modest answer, my lady. You laugh. My doubts are strong upon me.
'Tis innocence that smiles. And no rough brow can take away the dimple in her cheek. Say I should strain a tear to fill the vault. Which would you give the better faith to?
'Twere but hypocrisy of a sadder color, but the same stuff. Neither your smiles nor tears shall move or flatter me from my belief. You are a whore.
What words I have. At last thy beauty to deformity. Upon what breath soever that breath falls, it strikes me ugly. Oh, you have ruined me, you can never carry again.
I'll demolish and seek out truth within you if there be any left. Your sweet tongue prevent your heart's rifling. There I'll ransack and tear out my suspicion.
You may, sir. 'Tis an easy passage. Yet if you please, show me the ground upon where you lost your love. My spotless virtue may but tread on that before I perish.
Unanswerable. A ground you cannot stand on. You fall down beneath all grace and goodness ere you set your ticklish heel on it. There was a visor o'er that cunning face, and that became you. Now impudence and triumph rides upon it. How comes this candor reconciled else between you and your despite, your rancorous loathing, deplore it? Either your eye was sore at sight of, he's now become your arm supporter, your lips saint.
Is there the cause?
Worse. Your lusts, devil, your adultery.
Would anybody yourself say that and turn into a villain?
Is witnessed by the council of your bosom, Diamanta.
Is your witness dead, then?
'Tis to be feared it was the wages of her knowledge, poor soul. She lived not long after the discovery.
Then hear a story of not much less horror than this your false suspicion is beguiled with. To your bad scandal I stand of innocence, which to the guilt of one black other deed would stand for proof of. Your love has made me a cruel murderess. A bloody one, I have kissed poison for it, strove to serve that thing of hate, worthy in my esteem of no better employment, and him so worthy to be so employed. I caused to murder that innocent Caracquo, having no better means than that worse, to assure yourself to me.
Oh, the place itself has e'er since crying been for vengeance. The temple of blood and beauty first unlawfully fired their devotions and quenched the right one. 'Twas in my fears at first, we'll have it now. Thou art all deformed.
Forget not, sir, for your sake was done. Shall greater dangers be made the less welcome.
Thou shouldst have gone 1,000 leagues about to avoid this dangerous bridge of blood. Here we are lost.
Never
Meantime, you shall be my prisoner only. Enter my closet. I'll be your keeper yet. Oh, and what part of this sad story shall I first begin? This same fellow had put me in. De Flores.
Noble Alsamara.
I've news to tell thee. My wife has commended to you.
That's news indeed. I think she would commend me to the gallows if she could. She ever loved me well. I thank her.
What's this blood upon your band, De Flores?
No shirts was washed since...
Since when, man?
Since t'other day I got a knock at the sword and dagger school. I think 'tis out.
Yes. 'Tis almost out. 'Tis perceived, though. I forgot my message. This it is. What price goes murder?
How, sir?
My wife's behindhand to you, she tells me, for a brave, bloody blow you struck for her sake upon Paraquo.
Upon him? Sure 'twas through him quite. As she confessed it.
As sure as death to both of you. And much more than that.
Could not be much more. 'Tis but one thing. And that is she's a whore!
Be like, really good blinding!
Get me to her, sir!
Nay, you shout to her!
No!
Peace, cried Crocodile, your sounds are heard! Yes, he went to her, sir. As to your pander now. Rehearse again your scene of lust, that you may be perfect when you come to act it to the black audience, where howls and gnashings shall be music to you.
Well, Alsamara, I have a wonder for you.
No, sir, 'tis I have a wonder for you.
I have suspicion near as proof himself of Paraquo's murder.
Sir, I have proof beyond suspicion for Paraquo's murder.
Beseech you, hear me. These two have been disguised ever since the deed was done.
Sir, I have two more close disguised than your two could be ere since the deed was done.
How is my cause banded through your delays? Give me a brother alive or dead. Alive, a wife with him. If dead, for both, a recompense for murder and adultery.
Hark! 'Tis coming to you.
Nay, all along for tongue.
What horrid sounds are these?
Forth, you twins of mischief!
Here we are! If you've any more to say to us, speak quickly. I shall not give you hearing else. So stout yet, and so I think's that broken rib of mankind.
A host of enemies entered my castle could not amaze like this. Joanna, gracious Joanna.
Oh, come not near me, sir. I shall defile you. I am that of your blood was taken from you for your better health. Look no more upon it, but cast it aside regardlessly. Let the common sewer take it from distinction. Upon yon meteor, ever hung my fate once things corruptible. I ne'er could pluck it from him. My loathing was a prophet to the rest, but ne'er believed. My honor fell with him, and now my life. Alsamara, I am a stranger to your bed. Your bed was cousin on the nuptial night for which your false bride died.
Infanta.
Yes, and the while I coupled with your nate and barley break, no rear left in hell.
All there it describes us here.
I loved this woman in spite of her heart. Her love I earned out of Paraquo's murder. Ha! My brother's murderer! Yes, and her honor's prize was my reward. I thank life for nothing but that pleasure. It was so sweet to me that I have drunk up all, left none behind for any man to pledge me.
Hurry, keep life in for further tortures.
No, I can prevent you. 'Tis but one thread more, and now 'tis cut. Make haste, Joanna. By that token to thee, canst not forget.
so lately put in mind, I would not go to leave thee far behind. Forgive me, Alsamero. Oh, forgive. It's time to die. When it is a shame to live.
Name is entered now in that record until its fatal art was interred. Let it be blotted out. Let your heart lose it. It can never look you in the face, nor tell a tale behind the back of life to your dishonor. Justice hath so right the guilty hit that innocence is quit by proclamation and may joy again. Sir, you are sensible of what truth hath done. 'Tis the best comfort man can find.
Sir, I am satisfied. My injuries lie dead before me. I can exact no more, unless my soul were loose. Follow after those black fugitives that are fled from thence to enact a second vengeance. There are wraths worse than mine, 'tis to be feared about them.
What an opaquest body had that moon that last changed him. Here's beauty changed to ugly whoredom. Here, servant obedience to a master sin, imperious murder. Your change has come too, from ignorant anger to a knowing friendship. Are there any more arms?
Yes, sir. I was changed too. From a little ass as I was to a great fool as I am. I might have been changed to the gallows, but then you know my innocence always excuses me. I was changed from a little wit to be stark mad, almost to the same purpose.
All we can do to comfort one another, to stay a brother's sorrow for a brother, to dry a child from the kind father's eyes is to no purpose. It rather multiplies. Sir, you have a son's duty still living. Please accept it.
Let that your sorrow, as it goes from your eye, go from your heart.